Hello and welcome to another episode of Success to Significance. Today I'm doing another episode of my police series. This is just answering some of the questions that you guys have had, asking me about my time while I was a police officer. The question was, what is the saddest thing that I ever saw while I was on patrol? Now again, if you've watched the other videos, you know it will take me kind of a lot to think of the answer to that question because there were so many sad things. But one thing stood out that I wanted to share, and that was the time we have found a little girl. I believe she was about 5 years old, but the problem was, I think somebody had dropped her off at the precinct, which is not illegal. If you don't want your child, you are told to take it to the nearest fire department or police station. It seems like the young girl was left there from the prior shift because when I got to work, she was there. The interesting thing about this little girl was that she was not American. She did not speak English. I believe she was some kind of Eastern European descent. Cutest little thing you ever want to see. And police officers, I know there's a lot of bad publicity about officers, but let me tell you, my experience, some of the nicest, greatest, kindest, generous people you ever want to meet. And let me tell you, this girl was spoiled to the few hours that she was there. Clothing, food, whatever she wanted, toys. Officers were going out buying stuff and bringing it back for her. Any case, by the time I came in, if you've been watching the channel, you know that I worked many years the midnight shift. So that was 11 to 7. So I think the supervisors at the desk was hoping that somebody would come in and claim the little girl, at least give some information about her, because we did have a language barrier. Really didn't know what was going on, why they left her, who she was, or anything. So as the time went on, it got later and later, and finally the supervisor said that my partner and I for that day had to take her down to Children's Services. Family, it was bad. In the time that we were driving, we were hoping that somebody would call us on the radio and say, oh, her mom, her dad, a family member showed up to the precinct to claim her. But sadly, that didn't happen. So we ended up getting her all the way down to Children's Services, and we put her through the process where they tried to get some information, whatever they could, and we had to leave her. And in that time, we had kind of grown attached to her. You know, she was just so cute, and I don't know, that little girl is probably in her 30s now. I don't know what happened to her, but I tell you, family, when my partner and I got back in the car after dropping her off and they did the intake process, we just both sat in the car and just bawled. I mean, I haven't cried like that in a long time. You know, we were parked on the sidewalk, on a side street, and we just both cried. I mean, it was so sad. It was, it was hard to see that she was abandoned like that. But thank God she was safe. I don't know, like I said, I don't know what happened to her. I don't know if this video will ever go viral and she will remember. what happened to her, but hopefully she is blessed. She is happy, healthy, and strong, whatever she ended up being. But that was the saddest thing that I ever experienced, one of the saddest things that I have ever experienced when I was on patrol as a police officer. So stay tuned for the next stories. You guys had some great questions, so I'm really happy to answer them. Take care. Bye.